So I'm going to be doing my video response over the psychology behind social media interactions. This article is basically about how it's a lot easier to communicate on social media rather than in person. It's a lot less demanding and kind of like there's less anxiety about like talking online rather than in person, like face to face with someone, like in real time. I think a lot of us like come home and we go straight to our phones instead of, talking to people who are actually like living with us. And that's kind of brought up in the article. It says that most like day-to-day interactions are almost like entirely online, which I completely like understand and agree with. Like I can totally see how especially our generation is really like kind of almost addicted to our phones a little bit. I think it's like very easy to kind of make up almost how we're feeling or how our life's going or where we're at like emotionally online. Like no one really sees exactly how we are or what we're saying or what we're feeling. Like I can text like a happy emoji and a laughing emoji to people like my friends and my family, and they might not necessarily like actually know that maybe I'm just putting on a front, or maybe like I am actually happy. Like no one really knows because they can't see exactly like how I'm saying it or my tone of voice or my emotions and my face behind it. So I think it's a lot easier to like hide behind a screen. I also think it's easier to talk to people. Like I think a lot of people kind of have this social anxiety like around them, talking to people online, like, or not online, but like in person, especially if we don't really know the person. But I think online it's a lot easier to talk to people, especially if you don't know them, because you have like time to talk, to think through like, what am I going to say, how am I going to respond, what exactly are they saying. You have like time to respond to them, when in person it's kind of like, you have like a split second, and if you don't respond you're kind of weird, like why aren't you talking back, so I think there's less anxiety around talking online than there is in person. You have like time to think about it and like analyze exactly what you're gonna say. And then I also think there's like aspects of, we can use like social media as a way to bully people or be rude to people or say things that like we normally wouldn't say like in person, because maybe we're not that type of person, or maybe like that's rude, or maybe like we wouldn't say that because I don't want to sit here and see someone's face while I'm like insulting them or insulting their friends or insulting like their team or their like their interests or whatever. I think online we can really share exactly our opinions, and we don't really see exactly the consequences behind our own opinions. Even though those consequences are there, we just don't exactly, like, we don't see them up front. So it's easy to just kind of ignore them and put whatever we want up there. But I do like social media. I see like a lot of truth behind all of those things, but I still think like it's an important thing that we have. We can use it for good and we can use it for bad. I've seen like people reach millions of people all across the country promoting, like a small business or whatever it is. Like I see people reach like thousands of people, and they can use their platform for good, but I also see people who use it for bad. So I think it's like it all depends like how you use it. So yeah, like I did like this article a lot, and I really think it spoke a lot of truth. So that's my like response to that.